second?
Second, Charlie, go ahead.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
I have a little bit of discussion, if I may, Mr. Mayor. I'm curious to the aspect, Calvin, of once the ballots are counted, are we still going to allow the media to be present in the room once the ballots are done? Okay.
Once everything's been certified.
Okay. Because it's traditional that we usually allow them in.
We're there for the count.
Well, I don't think they come in the room. The last election, they came out and announced the results outside, so I don't know what you're talking about, because
As
That's
long as
still
you were
the-
inside the room when the polls close, you're allowed to stay for the count. That was my understanding.
But it's not stated in there.
And here it's not,
I
and
don't
here it
think
says
that-
only visit the judges and the poll workers.
Correct.
Everybody else
That's
has to
right,
be
I
there.
believe.
And poll watchers.
Correct.
We're not certified poll watchers though.
Not by definition.
And the county code,
Look at
it
that.
stipulates that we're in there. In the county code, it stipulates that we're in there, and the state code.
If I may, I would like to amend it to also include the members of the media. If I may.
I second that.
Thank you.
That amendment.
moved and seconded, we have an amendment to allow the media to be in the room while the votes are being counted. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, ready? Discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Point of order, you have to vote on the amendment before you vote on the main motion.
We're moving on the amendment right now.
That's not what you said.
Okay. Well, I thought I said that. Okay, we're moving on the amendment, that is correct. We were talking about the amendment, so okay. So, all in favor of the amendment, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. It's passed 4-0. Okay, now we have the main motion as amended. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. 4 ayes, so it passes. Okay. Anything else that I've overlooked? Okay, business meeting action items. Extension of the Davenport agreement. We want to make a motion, or do we want to discuss it first, or what do we want to do? Well, if one of you, whoever's in favor, make a motion, and then we'll proceed from there.
I guess we do need to make a motion, is that
Yeah,
correct?
we do.
Okay. I make a motion that we extend the Davenport agreement for new water line financing.
I will second that motion.
Thank you.
Okay, it's moved and second. Any discussion other than me? I believe that in the recent past, we've had 2 reports by Davenport, and I think it's superfluous at this time to have another report, especially since I believe the county has a computer program that will determine rates. I didn't have a chance today to check that out, but I think we should defer this until I can check out that the county indeed does have a program by which you can determine what the rate should be. I firmly believe that it's not that complicated. I was responsible for writing the grant and supervising the installation of the water system in Charlestown, and we didn't have any consultant to do it, and done fine. They have the cheapest water rate in the county, so I feel some confidence in the fact that I was a part of the cheapest water system and a very satisfactory water system in the county. So I believe that we can investigate other means that are cheaper. I remember hearing that you paid $125,000 for the two Davenport reports. It's not that much different now. They could be scaled, so I really fail to see why we have to spend $45,000 to do something that we've already done twice. And so, you know, it's just a slight change in the numbers, and certainly I think there are people that are competent to make those extrapolations from those numbers. So I think in the best interest of the citizens of the town that we look into other means, if you believe it's necessary, that we do a new water rate, or that we can't do it ourselves. So that's my comment.
I'm thinking that they really don't have anything too much to do with the water rate as much as they have to do with making sure that our bond gets taken care of as necessary, and that we get analysis for the financing so that we don't fall flat on our faces and get the project half done and.
It's not rocket science. You know.
It's not easy either. And what they're asking here is not, they're asking for an hourly rate of $200, but the total contract would not exceed $45,000. But I do have a couple of questions regarding that. Are we currently under contract since Davenport and Company signed this on 11/26/12?
For the sewer. This is related to the water.
I understand that.
Yes, for sewer. Well, actually, we're essentially done with the contract. They're done from the sewer standpoint. They've done all the deliverables. This is for the water portion.
This is, so they're offering to work as a, they have not done any work on our water project, is that correct?
No.
This is saying that they will, guide us through all the, rules and regulations and dealing with, PNC and USDA, for a rate of $200 an hour.
Yes.
From now until.
There's one caveat to that. For all intents and purposes, the PNC is related to the sewer financing, but it's because under federal laws with bonds that we got, that project is done. The reason why we need their assistance is because we're getting towards the tail end of that 3-year bridge run. And it's not, we're not anticipating, getting the sewer plant done within that 3-year window. We're gonna miss it by a couple of months. So we need to sit down and have a conversation with them about what, are they gonna charge us a new rate? Are they gonna continue the new rate? Is there any financial data that we have to provide like we did to get the rate to begin with here? So that's, I wanna clarify that there is sewer related to this, but it's only because under federal regulations, they closed out everything. And so they can't go forward under these bonds and the municipal bonds that we got unless they get a new agreement from the town authorizing them to do that.
Well, I don't think there's any danger because the sewer system came in cheaper than it was supposed to, so there's certainly no danger of underfunding. There's more danger of overfunding, and you can always stop. If you got enough money, you just stop. You know, you don't have to implement all the increments rise. I think we're already, causing a lot of people to be very disturbed by the water and sewer rates that we're proposing, and I just don't think that we need to add any more elements of cost than we really have to. So I would say that we should table this until we can look into it a little more. I mean, I'm not convinced that it's necessary, and if you can convince me, fine, but if you can't, why then we'll do something else.
Well, this, what I'd like to clarify, I'm not sure that you're understanding what this exactly is. The PNC loan issue, it's not about whether we're gonna spend more money than we borrow or spend less. It's not about that. What it's about is there's a drop dead time in which they have the right to recall.
But we can negotiate that.
That's the whole point, but there's
We
federal.
don't have to have them to negotiate. We
Now,
should be
there are
capable of
federal
negotiating
requirements. There are-
ourselves.
Okay. I'm gonna try to, I really am trying to
Well,
answer
let's
your
defer it
question.
until you
I
can
would like to
explain
hear
it.
from the town administrator. Continue, please.
There are federal requirements because we went out into the
Well,
bond
fine,
market.
you explain those to me, but I just, got this paper.
Point of order, sir. I would like him to finish so I can hear what he's saying. Thank you. Continue, please.
Now, from a personal standpoint, this town has been struggling with this sewer and water stuff for about 2 decades. And the one difference between back then and the last 2 years is things have happened. There haven't been stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. We've got momentum, and we need to finish this project. Davenport and Associates are the people that have been chaperoning us through all of the red tape, all the legal wrangling. We've had people sue us in court to try to stop it. It's been held. We have met the mark because of the professional way that we have handled our affairs. And so stopping is going to serve nothing but delaying the project. And changing horses in the middle of the race, I'm just professionally saying I would not recommend that we change horses in the middle of the race. That's what the town used to do years ago. And years would go by, months would go by, and nothing would get resolved on it. This is not something the county can do. This is not something that we're looking for them to tell us what the rate is based upon what other people pay necessary. It's based upon what our capital expenses are, what the estimated costs are going to be. We have to have a rate that's reflective of real costs, not what we would like the rates to be. And furthermore, our sewer and water rates, we've gone over this a lot of times, and I just don't think it's a good idea to send messages out there that inflame things. We've checked into our rates several times. We have the lowest rates for seniors and businesses in the county.
You do not. Charlestown has a much cheaper rate.
Not for seniors and businesses. We've done it. You were
Okay.
in the audience years ago. when
We'll
we-
go over
Let me
that,
finish,
Cal.
please. You were in the audience when we got this information from our staff, working with the staff members of other communities. All my point is, let's just be careful about the paranoia that we create, because that just makes all our jobs more difficult to do when we just throw things out there. The bottom line is, we've got to get this project done. We're under a consent decree. We can't have stops and starts. That's why we've gotten in trouble up to this point already. That's all I'm saying. Just let's move it forward.
Well, and on top of that, you mentioned that PNC could call a loan in.
Yes.
That's a very real prospect, and we can't deal with them if they want to call it in and they see a chance to wrap it up. They will most likely do that.
Well,
that's why we are trying to work so that USDA can forgive the loan or take over the loan for us, correct?
Yes.
Right. So we need to keep on that process. And that's exactly what Davenport is doing. Davenport is our point man, they are coordinating between the town, PNC, and USDA, so that we don't get left holding the bag for, I don't know how much it is now, we've paid down some of it, I guess a little bit, but what, have we paid down some of the $13 million?
Have we what?
Paid off any of the $13 million that we've?
Yes, we are, we're making payments.
We're making
We're
payments.
making interest payments on it.
Oh, interest payments,
right
okay.
now.
All right, so, yeah, so the principal is still there.
Yes.
So they are helping us so that we don't have a bank come knocking on our door and say, we'd like our $13 million, please.
Commissioner-
That's what Davenport is
The
doing.
one thing I also want to add, because this is really beneficial to the residents, if folks remember a couple of years ago when we met back at the church and the town attorney stood up and we had all the questions and answers going back and forth. And the elected body at that time made a commitment to do everything he could to lower those costs, to go out and get grant monies and to hold developers. How many people sitting in here have been frustrated over developers over the years, getting the appearance of being able to come in and just do whatever they want to do? Well, part of that is collecting impact fees. The other thing Davenport does is that they go out into the industry and they put us in a position to justify the impact fees that we are going to be charging developers. And so if we collect, would you rather do this right and legally be able to collect $2, $3, $4 million from developers? Or just pick a number and maybe only collect $1 million of impact fees? Because the taxpayers are gonna be the ones that are gonna pay that difference. And so this is the other thing that Davenport does for us and what they have done leading up to this point here. So that benefits the taxpayers.
I think what it comes down to for me, and the reason why I seconded your motion, Stephen, is I'm not gonna go out in the community and tell people that I am in favor of delaying this project. I wanna see it done as quick as possible. And I think continuing with this is going to help the project move through quicker. And we can also, we have lawsuits going on regarding this water issue, and we need to get it done as soon as possible.
Well, you can prove that to me, I'll agree with you, but until you approve.
I think I need clarification. I think you need us to prove to you. I don't understand what it is.
I am a part of the elected body of this town. I am supposed to be the chief executive of this town. So I believe that I have a right to know what, and I don't-
But you asked us to prove, what
Well,
is it
I think
what is it
you-
that you want us to prove to you? What is it?
that
What
we
is your-
need really to do this, that this is something that is an absolute necessary expense. I've been from the start trying to save this town money, and it just has fallen on deaf ears, and, that's the reason I'm here, to try to save the townspeople money. And I believe I can prove that I can do that, so,
So I guess I would ask then if you can, as you say, prove that you can save the town money, I would ask you to prove to us how you can do better than these professionals, what they are doing for us, if you would, sir.
well, I don't believe it's necessary to do this.
You just said you could prove to us that you can do better than these
No, I
professionals
did
what
not
they are
say
doing
that.
for us.
I said that I can prove to you that I have tried to save the town money and it fell on deaf ears. So, I thought I was getting in a position so I could really,
Again,
make-
what is it, before you go down that road, again, what is it you want us to prove to you? You want us to
I
prove that
want
these
you
people
to
are,
do-
you want us to prove that these people are professionals who are being paid to do a job that people in this room are frankly not able to do according with all the agencies?
well, we're paying the town administrator a good bit of money, and I think he should be able to do some high-level things, so.
Point of order, I think there's a motion on the floor, if I may.
I'm just curious.
You're curious about what?
I'm curious what it is you want us to prove.
I want you to see if this is absolutely necessary, or we can extrapolate from the reports that they have already prepared. I don't question their competency, but they're in business to make money.
So in other
They're not
words-
in the business of saving money for the town of Rising Sun.
Actually,
Neither
that's
are you.
exactly,
You're
actually,
suing us.
actually,
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah,
Mr.
exactly.
I'm sorry, I just can't sit here and listen to this.
You're out of order.
Actually,
Out of order.
Mr. Fisher.
You are.
Mr. Fisher, that's exactly what they're in the business of doing. They're in the business of saving us money. As was pointed out by the town administrator, what they're doing is they are establishing reasonable, legal, defendable,
And you're saying we can't do that?
We're not expert at that. They are.
reasonable, if I may finish, sir, reasonable, defendable impact fees, sub-fees. That's what they do. And let me make an analogy. This is the same reason, for example, that we have hired General Code to update our charter and our ordinances. What you do is you go to the professionals, and by paying, for example, by paying General Code, the money we're paying them, we're going to get ordinances and charters that are, for example, in court, are going to withstand legal challenges better, which will save, which will save us money. The point is, whether it's Davenport or General Code or whoever it is, you go to professionals, and by using their expertise, you actually save money. Thank you.
Motion on the floor.
Any other comments? We have a motion on the floor to employ Davenport up to $45,000. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
4-0. The ayes have it, 4-0. Okay. Next item, restructuring of town website, retooling to handle all online bill payments.
That is mine, Mr. Mayor, thank you very much. I have been looking in, since I began my term as commissioner, on how to update our town website. It was one of the things that was very important to me when I came in, and also to allow the people of our town to pay their bills online. I know a lot of people, currently right now we have people that come in and pay their bills to us, and instead they can stay at home and pay their bill online. I have, with the town administrator, been in contact with our current website provider, eGov, and they were charging us around $9,000 a year, and we were able to renegotiate it and save us about $5,000 a year. So what this is going to do is this is going to give us an updated website with online bill pay, and it's going to be more user-friendly so that our citizens can get involved in it, and I'm very excited about it. So I will, I'm asking for a verbal motion to approve this so we can move forward with a new website format, and I will make the motion. Thank you.
I'll second.
Okay, it's moved and seconded that we have the motion to, is that the guys down on the corner?
No, sir.
Well, where are these guys?
eGov is located in Indianapolis.
Okay, well, I don't know anything about website design. I haven't seen as much change as I hoped to have seen. When you came into office, you said you were really gonna change everything, but, you know, it's still not much different than it was before. So, you know, website's important, but, you know, is this who, you say we've been using this outfit, so have we investigated any other outfits, or are we just accepting that, you know, this is.
Yes, we have, sir. The reason that we're
Well,
gonna.
could I see the information where you have done that?
Yes, sir. We were looking for a different website provider, and what it came down to was we would lose all of our current information on there, and we would have to reestablish it. What they are going to do for their updated format is include all of the information that's currently there, including all the documents, and currently right now we have some photos of our commissioners and what departments they're involved in, and all that information will currently stay with the update. So, thank you, sir.
You know, I also have talked to, in fact, I have my computer currently being repaired, and I have great confidence in the person that's doing that. And I would like somebody else to examine that this is what needs to be done. So,
One comment on that, a computer repair person is
it's
not
not a
necessarily
computer
a web
repair
designer.
person. He deals with other people that are website design. Joanne, I'm not stupid.
Well, you were talking about a repair person, I mean, that's what you were talking about.
No,
So I
see.
just was telling you, this man, we have a motion on the floor, and we don't need to do $10,000 worth of work to continue on when we're saving $4,000 a year in web services as it is. Their general fee for this is $9,000, they're charging us $5,600.
Well, then he must have been overcharging us before if he
Well,
charges, if he's
yeah,
willing to do it for $5,200 now.
Mr. Bonenberger got the fee reduced last year when he negotiated it, because they wanted to up the fee. He negotiated it down to around $4,000, which was on our budget information when we went over the budget last May. And, you know, they're charging us a little more for the update for the bill paying, but not considerably more.
Well,
And all of
all
that
I
takes
got was
money.
a sheet that had numbers on it. Now, in order for me to do an evaluation, I need just a little more than a sheet that says task one, $540, task two, up to so many hours for $2,100 for each task. So, you know, I want to see more definite information in all these areas so that I can make an intelligent decision.
Well, quite frankly, until your suit is settled, you have no rights to see any of our paperwork.
That is not correct.
Your attorney may request it.
Well,
We
Mr.
have a
Fisher,
motion
just
on the
one
floor.
point, did you just say that these four people are not
they're out of
intelligent?
order.
I may be out of order, but you just said they weren't intelligent.
I did say they weren't intelligent.
You said you were the only one who could make an intelligent decision. And it's on the camera, Mr. Fisher.
Either you decide or you're going out of here.
Okay.
Have we voted?
Charlie seconded my motion. Thank you, Charlie.
I call the question.
The question is, do we renew or award the contract to eGov? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
You voted aye. Okay. Motion passes.
May I make a suggestion, Mr. Mayor, that we take a short break? It's been quite a lot of resolutions and motions. Just a quick break before reports, would that be appropriate?
I move for a recess.
Okay. Fine, well,
With the chair's
our
permission?
5-minute recess.
Yeah, like a 5-minute, thank you. Thank you.